Now it's HoodCastAF. We talk toys that are cooler than the rest. With bad boys and toys of fucks given. Dive into the action figures we're living. HoodCastAF, bringing you the hype. Rocking the airwaves all day and night. From retro to the latest we ignite. Join the bad boys in this wild ride.
Yes, sir. Welcome to episode 251 in this motherfucker. We're here to talk toys. Not so much Hood Mania because that shit is pretty much over with, even though we're recording a day before Hood Mania happens, which is a 2-day event. So if you weren't there, you missed out on a lot of prizes, man. 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, worth of prizes, man. And a lot of good shit. A lot of people donated prizes. It was a lot of fun. And I'm talking a day before it actually fucking happened. So, yeah. But still, like, there's no point in us talking about it because by the time people hear this, Hood Mania has already happened. So we're going to move on with some other topics. Like, how about this? Did you guys see this? The whole truckload, like a giant truckload shipment of Mcfarlane Supergirl figures.
Disappeared. Yep.
Well, it wasn't like the MH371 plane just fucking vanished.
Yeah.
It was like the Lufthansa heist.
Lufthansa.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. Whatever. You know, the plane full of fucking jewels, gold, or whatever, you know. But like, you know, like the Goodfellas, they just rip off fucking giant
They hijacked the whole truck.
So, and that was all of the classic Supergirls. And then that was Walmart put out that statement. Then Mcfarlane put out a statement that it was also the Killing Jokers, the new one that they have coming out. It was also all of those. But I've seen people who like do have the Supergirl figure, like you know, like the people who shell out for it and they get free figures.
Oh yeah, that always gets sent. You know, the packs with all this shit in it.
I'm just waiting for these Supergirls to show up on eBay and see what happens with that. You know, like I wonder if they're gonna make more to fulfill those pre-orders, or those pre-orders are getting canceled. That people that pre-ordered that shit.
Yeah, that's tough because that's a lot. You know, what are they going to do? Okay, hey, we can make you some more, but it's going to take another 6 months, or they're going to have to refund everything. And
I mean, they said all of them, like all the Supergirl figures, pretty much all of the Killing Jokers. So how much production run did they do? 5,000? 10,000?
See, that doesn't sound right because one tractor trailer shouldn't be all of the figures that you made.
No, but see, I've seen this other report or people just saying that pre-orders are selling out super fast on Mcfarlane's, and it could be because they know that, you know, his deal is ending.
Coming to an end, yeah.
But it also can be that they're putting up less in manufacturing less, which I don't think is the case at all. I don't think McFarlane's going to manufacture less. He's going to make all the money he can until the end.
Exactly, because if everybody's pre-ordering, why not make as much as you can, get it out there, and
even if you have backlog, you just write it off.
Yeah, it's a write-off.
Yeah,
just, you know, we'll get them next year at fucking Roscon. So
I mean, how many figures fit in one of those fucking trailers? And if you have two sets of figures, so you have one Supergirl and one, and say they're half filled each, probably less of the Killing Joker. They usually make less of those. And the Supergirl, I think it's one of those McFarlane collector's editions, which they still make a ton of those.
I don't know.
Maybe it was their first run, and that got fucking.
You got to figure
heisted.
how many come in a case. Usually 6 or 8 in each case, and that case is going to be roughly, you know, a square, you know, almost a cubic foot with the box. So you're getting 8 per cubic foot. I don't know what a tractor trailer is going to be. What, maybe 8 feet wide?
This is not
30
just
feet long.
This is just not a job where the trucker stopped at a truck stop and some tweaker fucking jumped in the truck and took off. Like, this is like some inside job or something happened. Like, somebody, like, what are you going to do with these? They must have not have known that it was full of
No, they probably
toys,
just...
because you can't just sell those. We know where they came from.
Yeah, they probably thought it was just a bunch of shit from Walmart. It could have been anything. Like, if you jacked it full of diapers or some shit like that, dude, you'll be able to move that stuff. Even if it was, all little kid shit, whatever, clothes, anything, that's going to be easier to move when it's all one thing. That'd be like getting a truckload full of dog food. What the fuck are you going to do with all that?
Right.
That's a
it's
lot
so much.
harder to move.
Yeah, especially fast. You're not going to be able to do it. But like, even like for your first production run of certain figures, you're not going to go in and say, well, I need to order another production run because you want to see these figures show up so you can prosecute.
Yeah.
I would think, but then like there's probably so many little independent sellers, like they probably sell these to unknowing people, and then those people have to like get interrogated and find out where they bought it from. It's a whole fucking, everyone's going to be making some sort of money or spending money on just finding out, you have the police involved, everyone's tax dollars involved. It's a whole fucking huge thing.
Yeah.
So anyone that shows up with a Supergirl figure, you're like, wow, where'd you get that?
Yeah, but an insurance company is probably going to not want to have to pay out on that. It might be worth it for them to try to investigate it. Like the Thomas Crown affair.
You know what? The Thomas Crown affair was on like TNT every day for fucking 20 years. And
I love that movie.
I never watched it once.
Dude,
I hate
that movie's hella good.
Pierce Brosnan, man.
The movie's hella good.
Dude, I always hated him since Missed Outfire. Fuck you, stepdad. You suck. It was a run by fruiting, trucking.
Yeah. Well, Renee Russo shows her tits in it too, so
I never saw it.
not so bad.
The TNT version, she doesn't show her tits, I believe.
No.
So, no.
Well, maybe at night.
What the hell is it, the Thomas Crown affair even about with Pierce Brosnan? He sucks.
He's a like a hedge fund manager, like a billionaire, but he's also a thief.
No.
And he steals, priceless artwork and shit like that.
He steals Supergirl, actually.
Yes. So, and like, he sets this whole thing up to get an insurance investigator to chase after him. And then they fall in love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then in the end,
I'm writing this
she's
now.
like, oh, I have to, I have to catch him, blah, blah, blah. And then, he gets away and then, returns the painting that was stolen.
This is like pre-James Bond him. Or
No.
James Bond?
I think concurrent.
Oh, so in between movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think so. Yeah.
It's a decent movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to watch it. I hate Pierce Brosnan. I just can't get over
Oh.
it.
Yeah, he's
all right.
Kind of,
Oh, shit. I forgot Cobra was on the show tonight.
Yeah, also, Ryan Gosling is producing the new Killer Clowns from outer space, whether it be a show or a movie or Netflix or whatever it may be. I just think it's weird that Ryan Gosling is a huge Killer Clowns fan and decides, I'm going to produce this shit. I'm going to throw some money at this so this finally takes off, because they've been announcing all this, Killer Clowns 3D, all this other crap. They did the video game, which is, I never played it, but it must be cool. But if there was a show, I wonder if they go in to like where these alien clowns come from, or they make it just mostly comedy, or do they explore? Is there newer ideas of clowns? There has to be, Which
Ryan Gosling is going to be a Jedi soon in a Star Wars movie.
Is he?
Yep.
Okay.
He was at Celebration.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, they announced a bunch of shit there. But
So-
still, Ryan Gosling's pretty cool.
No, he's all
This
right.
movie's a decent, right?
Yeah. Everyone likes The Notebook,
I
right?
just did some rough math real quick, and figure a tractor trailer can hold about 25,000 action figures.
25,000. So that's pretty much a normal run. Like 20,000 is usually, I think, the normal run.
Yeah,
of
that
action
sounds
figures.
about right. Yes.
So they probably just had a first run deal. Some of them probably went to a website, in a different trucking haul system. I don't know.
Were they Walmart exclusives though? Because that would make a difference. If the Walmart truck got stolen, if it was a Walmart truck,
I
is
think so.
Walmart? Are they Walmart exclusives, or are they Walmart first to market?
So
Because
the way McFarlane does it, a lot of these things is at first they're Walmart exclusives. Yes, especially the collector's edition.
Yeah, Walmart gets first to market.
Yeah.
And then they're released everywhere else later. Yeah.
Right. Like I just bought the Batman Dark Knight Returns from Best Buy, which those were exclusive too, but not anymore. And now they're discount at Best Buy, so I bought a couple of them. And it's a slept-on figure. It's not that bad. I used to hate it. Now that I have it in hand, I'm like, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna fucking sell it.
This is so nice. I'm gonna get rid of it.
Well, I'm gonna customize one of them, and then the other one just fucking flip it. You know, get my money back. Even Steven, man. Anyways, we got some action figure news to get to. Hood Mania. Go check it out. And if you're listening to this in time for Hood Mania, get there, man. 12 noon before WrestleMania. That secondary show that's going to be okay. And, you know, it's just a fun hangout time. But, yeah, Hood Mania is the real deal. And if you're not there, you have to show up to Hood Mania next year where you can win some prizes just for showing up in the live chat.
Yeah.
Because it's dumb if you don't. Most people just look at, like, you know, the ad and go, eh. But really, we're going to have 5 people in there. What are your chances of winning with 5 people, even if there's 12 people watching?
I'm giving a sky banger to the loser of the Royal Rumble. And that banger could be used.
It's a battle royal.
They just lost. Do you think they want to lose again by getting a skybanger?
Yeah. That's the whole irony.
Are you going to sign the underside, the undercarriage?
I'll do that right now, actually.
But shit,
Over
man.
fag.
Let's get to the action figure news.
Join the HoodCastAF Patreon for bonus media and episodes. It's cheaper than the garbage you buy on a daily basis. Cheaper than $1 a week, you could have access to tons of bonus episodes and content. For only $3 a month, you will be indoctrinated into the HoodCast cult collective. And now the action figure news.
Yo, if you're not on the Patreon, you're missing out. Because if you are a Patreon subscriber, you get into Hood Mania if you messaged me and said, yeah, I want a character made. And like, because we use the WWE 2K25 video game, which has fucking so many fucking glitches that it was really hard to do. But still, there's still other reasons to join that Patreon because there's so much bonus media and old stuff to check out that is still timely and hilarious in itself. So jump on that Patreon. All kinds of exclusive content.
Some might say the after show is better than the regular show.
I don't know who says that, but that's where we speak the real deal, you know, not this fake bullshit that we're just pretending to be, you know, not ourselves right now.
Yeah.
You know. Because sometimes, like, I think, like, maybe I just want to, like, oh, shit! This week in the news. First up, let's continue on with Mcfarlane. So, he showed off his Superman figures from the new movie Superman, which is not out yet, but his figures will be out probably before the movie comes out. As always, which is either, you know, a good business plan or a bad business plan. If the movie sucks,
yeah,
it's better to put out your figures first, you know?
Yeah.
If the movie is good, you might want to put them out after or before and after. Hey, you know?
You know, kind of at the same time as it's coming out, put the figures out.
Yeah, you want figures in the store after you go see the movie.
Yeah.
That's what you do as a kid. Like when we were kids, you know.
Exactly. You saw the movie, and you're like, oh shit, I'm going to go get a figure for it.
Yeah.
And they had them.
They had them. And there's so many. You didn't have to hunt for them. It's not, you know, well, also we were kids.
You know, that's like when Shang-Chi came out. The fucking figures had been out for 2 years before the movie finally got released.
Right. And then nobody bought those figures.
No, because nobody knew what the hell they were from. Because, you know, you didn't see the movie for 2 years, so they just sat there and peg-warmed forever.
Same thing with Eternal.
I need a Shang-Chi in box
Why?
to complete my wife's collection.
Shouldn't be that hard to get. I mean, if you really needed it, you just go online and buy it for $2.
Actually, I have one loose, but I just need the accessories, really.
You don't need it. I mean, you're still doing Skybangers. Don't move into Shang-Chi. That's digressing.
We already got the whole fucking wave.
But what do you need it for? Is it? I mean, look,
My wife likes it, so it's
the movie's
for
not
her.
that bad. It's really not, you know. But it's still,
No, I really liked it.
yeah. I thought it was decent. I still I'm not like a big collector fan of it. I don't need a figure of every movie.
I like,
see.
what's her name? Aquafina.
I hate
Dude,
Aquafina.
I fucking love her show. Nora from
I heard
Queens.
she has an enormous clip.
Look at my enormous clit.
I think she's fucking hilarious.
Big wrinkly clit with a fucking hood that hangs over.
I was gonna make a
What's
really
bigger,
bad joke.
her clit or your dick?
Her clit.
They probably look the same.
Almost.
Yeah. So with the Superman wave, there's Superman, and he comes with a crypto. But there's two different Supermans. One with a cloth cape, and then one with like a plastic cape, which I think is a weird decision to put out two Superman that look the fucking same. I mean, one has more heads and hands and shit like that. It's like the collector's edition maybe, and the other one has a plastic cape, and you know
That's why, because you can adjust. You could justify more for the one with the more accessories.
Andrew.
You're like, buy this shitty plastic
Still,
cape one
but-
for 20, or buy this other one over here. Look at all the cool shit you get.
I guess
for
you're
$30.
not you're not going to wait for a second wave because you don't have that much time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not eating right now.
But there's also Lex Luthor, Mr. Terrific, Robot 4, and a kaiju thing that looks like a piece of shit. Like an actual piece of shit. Like a sandbagged full of shit. That's what and they call it a kaiju. I'm like, okay, this looks like a stupid monster for the movie. Like, just dumb. Like, are people going to buy this thing? It looks stupid. Why are they calling it a
I don't
kaiju?
know.
It sucks. Let's move on to Hellcat Toys, which Hellcat Toys, you know, indie kind of promotion. They do kind of not knockoff, but steal IPs, you know, and call them something else. So you can get them on like 5K Toys and all that kind of stuff. So they did the King of the West. Now that's not Game of Thrones. That's Lord of the Rings, and that's Aragorn. But this figure looks dope as fuck. It's 112. He's got all his like hoods and swords and shit like that. It's one of the better Aragorn figures I've seen. So Hellcat Toys I've heard is pretty cool. I don't own any of them, but the people who do, I think, like them. So I think KJ owns like all of them. I don't know if he's a Lord of the Rings fan, but whatever. Next up, Marvel Legends. So I've been hearing a lot of shit about this Maximum Spider-Man that people are receiving. Major QC issues, like the eyes misprinted. Now I know the normal Marvel Legends Spider-Mans, the web kind of paint on them is never that good. That like people complain about the lines not perfectly connecting and shit. I don't really look at that too bad, you know. Like I look at the full picture of the photography I'm trying to do or display.
Dude, I never get that crazy about the quality of the figure unless it's something like glaringly obvious.
Right.
Most of the time I don't give a shit.
Yeah, unless it looks really bad and doesn't look like them. But I can see if Spider-Man, the eyes are really big. So if they're misprinted, you fucked up.
But that's what I'm saying. If they're like really off, it's like, okay, this fucking sucks.
Go home, Spider-Man. You're drunk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sling my ass home. Also, they showed off their John Bernthal Punisher from the new Daredevil Born Again show, and then also the Daredevil 2. But I think it's still like in a sculpting phase. But yeah, I think the Punisher figure is like a redo, but maybe it has got a new head sculpt or something. But it does look cool, and I think it's up for pre-order. Might be
It's already sold out.
really is it
Sold out this morning. Yep.
fan channel exclusive.
Yeah. On Pulse it was sold out this morning.
Oh damn,
I'm sitting here going into the
bro,
You been staring
bro, don't play that bitch from
I don't
Pimo.
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You fucking dick. Okay, I got what you said.
Yo, what are you doing, Cobra? What are you doing?
Sorry.
You had to watch that video again about the Pinole chick saying the N word multiple times. You had to do
Sorry.
it. You're like, I need my fix one time a day. I can't go without it, and it's got to be during Hoodcast. Bro,
Sorry.
if you're bored, you can go
Sorry,
do whatever.
sorry.
It's okay, man. No, it's not okay. What am I saying? Next up, NECA. So they shut off their Mirage Worms of Madness Shredder. 7-inch scale, of course. And it's a 2-pack. So you get Shredder and all his gear. And then you get a shirtless Shredder, Roko Soki. And this one, like, he looks a little more lengthy and bigger and stuff. You know, I never read the Worms of Madness. But he's supposed to be like Space Worm Shredder. I don't know what the worm means, but didn't
I don't
read.
know. That's how my wife describes me.
The Worm of Madness?
Big and lengthy.
Oh. Space Worm.
Yeah.
You're like the world maggot from Guar. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Cobra.
What I do?
You had some really good insight on that, because you know a lot about turtles.
I like turtles.
I have a pimple on my nuts, and I squeezed it, and a little thing popped out.
It's called
Dude.
your dick, dude. It's called a popple.
Dude, those are the worst when you get the pimple on your fucking balls.
It hella stinged afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I had a horror story. Like, I had pimples on my dick before. I've told this story before, though.
Oh no,
I know-
not the
I-
balloon.
I know
fucking
someone
dick.
Balloon
I know,
dick, yeah.
Yeah, I know someone who had to go to the fucking clinic
That was me. What are you talking about?
because it was a fucking like a clogged fucking pore on it. And
Oh.
it just fucking
Whatever you do, like, do not put pimple cream on your dick pimples if you do get dick
Yeah.
pimples. Like, I only got them once, and it wasn't herpes because herpes they're not on your dick, on your
Yeah.
shaft.
Yeah.
And I put pimple cream on it. I'm like, why not? No, that shit absorbed, and I got balloon cock. I was the first known person to get balloon cock.
Bro, I had a pimple in like my ass crack that was like kind of on the edge of my ass crack between the cheeks.
At first,
It
they're
was just a
itchy.
pimple.
Yeah.
Itched it, popped it, was always messing with the scab. Then it got bigger, and it fucking turned into like what are those things? A fucking big ass pimple.
A recess.
And then
an abscess.
yeah.
yeah, and it hurt like a
Recess.
son of a bitch, bro. And then I sat down and I felt something wet in my underwear, and I took my underwear, it was all bloody, and the shit was leaking everywhere.
Oh.
Dude, I had a pilonidal cyst, which is like on your tailbone. And dude, that thing was so bad the doctor I had to have surgery to
What
fucking
is your
remove
major
it.
malfunction, Private Pile?
They
Why
had
are
to,
you bleeding all over the place?
they literally stuck a scalpel into my fucking ass crack to cut this thing out. And it wouldn't
Damn.
and it wasn't like they stuck the scalpel in and it wasn't enough. Like I said, I had to go in and have surgery.
Did you would they put you to sleep or like did
Oh,
you?
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
They had to
okay.
put me to
Because like
sleep.
if you were awake, wouldn't you clench up like when they get close?
Oh yeah,
You just,
dude, I did
just a
because they're
normal
like,
thing, you just
hold on.
clench.
They're like, okay, I'm gonna numb it, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, oh shit, with my ass all clenched, and they stuck the scalpel all the way in, and the scalpel wasn't like long enough to go in to get to the cyst.
Oh,
So they actually, I had to go into the fucking the OR, and they actually had to cut the fucking thing out.
They
It
should
was
just
crazy.
get like a sharp butcher knife.
So
You know,
I had
that's
like
long enough.
and they can't sew it up.
Yeah.
They have
no,
to
you have to
leave
go
it
to the gauze.
open.
You have to, so it oozes out. You
yeah,
gotta gauze it and shit.
Exactly.
Give it-
I had to do that for like 2
Dude, my
months.
old lady
Yep,
said
it's like
Yeah,
Total
'cause she
Recall.
worked
You gotta
at this,
give these people air.
Yeah.
she worked at this doctor's office, and this chick came in, and she had an abscess on like the edge of her nipple, right? And it was huge. And
So
then
hot.
they popped it. And she said as soon as it popped it, the whole room stank.
Of course, that shit
Yeah.
stinks, man. You're holding like a gallon of pus in there or whatever it is, and it ferments. You know, you could probably drink it and get high, and also throw up. But you know,
That's disgusting, bro. This stank ass fucking pus,
really, but your ass bleeding is not disgusting.
bro. You should have seen the color of the pus that came out of my ass.
I don't want to see it. Although, like, dude, I can talk about nasty shit and watch nasty shit on TV,
And it didn't
eat
heal
food.
right, so
I
there's
can
like
eat
a
food.
dimple in my ass now.
Dude,
There's
I got
probably a lot.
that. I got like a weird ass thing on my ass crack from where they had to carve the thing out. It's all fucking weird.
Ass mania
Yeah.
coming to town. That's right. Yeah, let's go to WWE. So for their WrestleMania, they showed off a bunch of new figures. Mattel did renew their license with WWE, so another fucking bunch of years of Mattel, which they're
I think 5 years.
doing a great job. I don't know how long it is, but really only 5 years. Wow.
I think their thing was 5 years. Yeah.
Okay. Normally, I think they usually do 10, but wow, only 5. Okay. But yeah, they showed off Make-A-Wish Rikishi, like a sculpt, which is cool. For the Monday Night Wars line, G.I.JOE, which is Booker T. A Michael Cole, like a younger Michael Cole that The Rock would make fun of. That's awesome. I don't know if he's a Build-A-Figure or what.
And I quote,
let's see. Ultimate Stone Cold with the blood from a stone from his match with Bret Hart and Ken Shamrock as like the ref. So in this, they're bringing blood back to the figure. So he's gonna have a bloody head sculpt and stuff, and he comes with the blood from a stone shirt, which is fucking awesome, man. And it's up for pre-order right now. I just don't have the money to pre-order it, but I'll get it. Let's see. Also, like, there's like the defining moments. Paul Heyman, of course, and I think like another Ultimate CM Punk. They did the grayed out sculpts of all the Wyatt Six, which those guys they look cool, but they're just stupid idiots who just like look like they work at a fucking scare grounds in a theme park or something. They just suck, man. They ain't doing shit. Are they even on WrestleMania?
I don't know.
The Wyatt Six? I don't watch the product. I just watch pay-per-views here and there.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so.
they're just not
I don't know. I
good,
haven't.
man.
Yeah.
They're just people who wear Halloween masks and like do this like
the weird
look
head
at
movement
me.
thing. Yeah,
I'm
dude.
scary.
Like you said, like the people that are at fucking Fright Fest.
I hate Fright Fest because what they do is they ride around on rollerblades with those like hand sparklers and hit the ground, and it's like, dude, that's not scary.
We went to Not Scary Farm one year.
Well, yeah, it's not scary.
Yeah, but no, and one of those guys kept following Tara around, and I almost beat the shit out of him.
Look at me, I'm scary.
Like followed us all the way across the park. And I was like, dude, you need to back the fuck
That's
up.
a little weird, man.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, you need to back the fuck up right now. And he like back away, and then he still followed us all the way from one side of the park to the other.
So the problem is, like, a lot of these theme parks hire like handicapped people or special needs people and give them jobs. Like, you can work this dangerous machine. All you have to do is press a button and make sure people are secured. But they don't really know, man. They don't know personal cues and shit like that. They might have autism or something, you know?
Yeah, I had to tell him multiple times to fucking leave us alone.
Also with WWE, they showed off some other figures for their defining moments, like, or no, it's greatest hits maybe. Cactus Jack, but he's got like the soft goods flannel, which is very cool. I'm gonna have to get that. I really like that. Then also what people are really looking forward to, some renderings. Demolition. We knew they signed on for Legends deal or Demolition, and also a Mr. Fuji, which he also has the head sculpt with the paint on, so he can be the manager.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. And also an Ultimate Cody Rhodes, which he has his WrestleMania 40 skull mask. And he also comes with another Ultimate Brandy Rhodes, which I don't think anyone wants. I don't want it. I just want the Cody.
No.
But you have to buy the 2-pack. So that's kind of fucked. But, you know, they'll sell if you buy them. You know, it's just...
Well, yeah. It's a hostage pack.
Right. So I'm out. I'm not buying it. There's no way. Unless, like, it goes on sale.
You know, I might buy the Demolition one. Just they were my favorite tag team.
Oh, I'm getting Demolition.
Always.
Absolutely.
And I was like, yeah, I might have to get one of those.
And then there's also an Elite, I think it's a ringside exclusive, Cody Finish the Story. And he's got an American flag, and he's, like, stepping on, like, it kind of looks maybe like a hill or a stone or something like that. And then he's got his dog, you know, the white dire wolf looking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of looks like Nanook from Lost Boys. You know, I don't know what he calls his dog. But, I mean, it's decent. It's a cool packaging. You know, it's just another Cody Rhodes. Don't need it.
Yeah.
See, Cody Rhodes is the new John Cena.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
It's every fucking wrestling figure, every greatest hits, every whatever like line is gonna have a John Cena or CM Punk back in the old days. It was CM Punk, John Cena, and then somebody else. So yeah, now Cody Rhodes is gonna be released constantly, and people are buying.
People are gonna buy it.
Yeah,
they're going to buy it. So
they're not making enough Cody Rhodes, I guess, but they're gonna be at flea markets everywhere. In a couple of years, you'll see a bunch of beat-up Cody Rhodes constantly, like, on flea market tables, you know?
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
But that's with everything.
I think that's it for WWE. If I miss some shit, it doesn't matter. We just talk about, like, the cool shit, I guess. But next up, Star Wars. So Celebration happened, right?
Yep. Celebration is going on right now.
Oh, it's still going on.
It's going on. It just started technically yesterday. So,
but they did the figure reveals. They revealed like a bunch of shows and stuff. Like
they
revealed
movie, the Mandalorian movie. Ahsoka season 2.
Last night I was talking to you about like they need to include more Hutts, and they said something about Jabba the Hutt's son will be in the new Mandalorian
Yes.
movie.
I don't know if he's in the Mandalorian movie or Ahsoka, but it's
He's in something.
it's Rhoda.
That's connected.
Rhoda the Hutt was kidnapped in the very first Clone Wars movie, which introduced Ahsoka to everybody, and Ahsoka and Anakin went and rescued Rhoda the Hutt.
Is that from like comic books or is that
No, that's the very first. Before there was the Clone Wars show, there was the Clone Wars movie.
Oh no, I watched that.
Yes,
Yeah, I did.
So
watch
that's
that.
that's where Ahsoka was introduced, was in the movie.
Yes.
And that's when they went and rescued Rhoda the Hutt.
I watched that.
Yeah. So no, they had a bunch of figures and stuff they revealed. The best thing they revealed is the vintage collection Bantha.
Oh, dude, I love it, man. Like,
Dude, that
this-
thing is awesome.
You can't really see the sculpt underneath the hair. The hair is really long.
Yeah.
You know, which I think it could be trimmed and shorter in certain areas. You know, but it's all the same length.
So I think the Bantha is going to be the same one, like the body might be the same one they used back for the 30th anniversary, but the hair is different. And you
Okay.
might have different, the saddle and all that stuff. But I think
The
underneath,
same, like they're not going to do a little bit more articulation with it. But
I'm not sure.
I don't think you
You
need
didn't
it.
really see. You didn't get to really see a whole bunch. The horns looked very similar to me.
I want to see
I
a
could be
bantha
wrong.
laying down. I want to see
So-
a bantha laying down in one of the shows because they got to rest. They sleep
So
standing up or what?
You get the Bantha with a Tusken Raider figure also.
oh, sweet. What do you think the price point, especially with tariffs?
I know what the price point is. The price
you
point
do?
is $85.
Holy fuck! I was gonna complain if it was like $70. Wow!
I ordered
All
2
right.
this morning.
Oh, they're already up.
They went up this morning.
I
I,
guess-
already got them. I got 2.
I'm gonna get one eventually. I have to.
So they also had the
Are they exclusive or are they?
their Hasbro Pulse and Disney Store exclusives.
Fuck.
So
So I'm not gonna get one then.
they were up for a while though. Today,
Are they still up?
I don't know if they're still up,
I don't
but
have the money right now.
but no, those they don't charge until they ship.
Really?
Yeah, so if you want Hasbro Pulse, you can order it and they don't charge you until it ships.
But do you have to have a membership?
no,
You don't.
The membership gets you free shipping.
Oh,
That's it.
so it'd be like $100 for me.
No, well, I think the shipping's only like
Tax.
$7.
Yeah, but plus tax on an $80 fucking figure.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, it's gonna be
So-
like $100, and yeah, my wife's not gonna be happy.
Yeah. So,
But I got a bantha.
so for Vintage Collection, they also announced the new Cobb Vanth figure from the Book of Boba Fett,
It's okay.
where he doesn't have any of the armor.
Right? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What do I need that for?
I don't know. We don't need it, but people wanted a Cobb Vanth figure for so long, and it took forever to get one.
I guess you can
So-
like take it off the Boba Fett and put it on.
Yeah. Also, there's the Moff Gideon figure from Mandalorian, where he's in the new Dark Trooper,
Oh yeah.
the whole black, Beskar suit.
Yeah.
That was announced also. Then you had Crosshair.
Crosshair. That's
Finally.
cool. Yeah.
Finally, we had Crosshair, and then
They
you also,
really like fan those out. The ones that people really want.
Yes.
And they need to complete. They know what the fuck they're doing, but they do it for too fucking long.
Yeah. Then there was the rocket launcher Stormtrooper, and then there was another figure from Jedi Survivor who was one of the Dathomir Night Sisters.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
So
she doesn't look bad or nothing. I just
no, it was pretty good. And then Black Series. So Black Series, they had the Cal Kestis 2-pack that was, Jedi Survivor, and with
Is that the frog dude?
the Turgle,
I don't know.
whatever.
Yeah. Turgle.
Yeah.
Turgle.
So it's got, Cal Kestis with the porn stash. So that one was an Amazon exclusive. That one went up for sale this morning also. Also, you finally, we've got a Black Series Dash Rendar.
So Dash Rendar is from what? Remind me.
He's an expanded universe figure. He was in the books and all that kind of stuff.
He wasn't in any of the games.
No, I don't think he was in any.
They
of
didn't
the
mention
games.
him in any of the games. I thought they might have.
I don't play the games, so I don't.
It was one of the older games, maybe. I don't know. Okay.
So,
he kind of reminds me of like a character based off of, like other space things, like Flash Gordon or something else.
yeah,
Like he doesn't look so much Star Wars to me. I'm not saying that he's not Star Wars, but he looks more like another space film. You know,
Yeah.
He's from one of those other '70s space films that like look way different.
yeah. Then in Black Series, we get the Night Sister again in Black Series. It's very rare that you get the same figure in both scales at the same time.
Wonder if there's a method to their madness with that.
I don't know. They have been doing a lot more of the expanded universe stuff, and people really like that.
That's cool. Like, I mean,
that's
yeah,
what people want.
they used to do it in the past a bunch.
Yes, that's really what people want.
And then with all the new shows, they stopped because they have to make production for all these new
Yes,
shows.
I mean
Shit.
we have 15 different Mandalorians, and there's
We need more John Cena's.
yeah. Also, there was a new Han Solo figure
Yes.
from A New Hope.
He's got a bigger poofy hair sculpt.
More
I like
realistic. It's a really good figure.
it. Like,
It's-
not that his head sculpts haven't been bad, but his hair hasn't been great.
No,
You know?
no, it's always really bad. This one is a really good sculpt. He's got his blue pants and his vest and everything.
Luke's hair is always bad, though, on his figures.
Although the new Luke that's out right now,
Farm Boy?
the Farm Boy Luke is
Yeah.
very good.
It is very good.
That one and the Leia, they're both out available right now. Those two sculpts are really good. Those are
I
like,
haven't
the
seen
best
Farm
ones.
Boy Luke in the store. I've seen everything else, but not Farm Boy Luke. I think people.
I
are
haven't,
buying them.
I haven't seen it in the store. I had a chance to buy it from Hasbro the other day, when I was placing an order, but they only offered it to me in a solid pack case, and I was like, I don't need 8
There's
of these
something
things.
like, because like Farm Boy Luke is one of the most expensive figures that people want in the OG.
Yeah.
Because that's the main character. That's the first time you
It
see
seems
Luke.
lately that's what Hasbro is really going towards the older collectors now. You've got a lot of the OG
They said
guys,
they were going to.
and they're starting with the expanded universe. Those are the older collectors that
Yeah.
want that stuff. So I see it good in some ways. Obviously you do want to get stuff from newer media, like we've talked about before. TVC, we don't have Bad Batch. We've got Hunter and now Crosshair. How many years? The show's already over.
I mean, I like the Black Series. I like 6-inch. And I really want a Wolfman from the Cantina. I don't know his fucking name, but I want that one. He's
Yeah.
just the coolest one.
And also we have another fucking Chewbacca.
Yay.
We've had
Hello,
so,
Russ Khan.
Yeah. We've had so many Chewbaccas. We've had Chewbacca released on every single
Is this one
card.
a new sculpt? Is he a new first sculpt? What? Nothing?
It doesn't look like it's new. I could be wrong, but I couldn't tell anything.
I don't like how they joint him out with the first sculpts ever. It just looks too blocky to me every time.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
we had
Chrysanthemum, Chrysantan, the
Black Chrysanthemum.
the better version looks
Yes.
better. He doesn't look blocky to me.
No,
you know?
because the first version, the comic version, was basically a black Chewbacca.
Yeah.
So, we had Chewbacca released in the box twice. He was in he was either in the blue or the orange line. Then he was in the red box. Then he was in the red box where he was with the C-3PO in the backpack. Then he was released multiple times on the cards, on the Star Wars, the Empire, and the Return cards.
I'm not saying people don't love Chewie, but
Yeah.
look, sometimes you get enough from.
And then he was on the archive one also. So
yeah, and
we're,
that one
we're getting
peg worms for fucking ever.
it did.
Like for
then,
years.
Then they used the same mold to create a Wookiee figure for the Gaming Greats line.
That's right. Yeah.
So we've had this same figure repacked, 8 times?
But still, that's for. I mean, you collectors complain, but people who are just like kids and mom's buying. Oh, he likes Star Wars for his birthday. Let's get him. Look, there's a Wookiee hanging here. Let's get him the Wookiee. Remember that video, Wookiee Mom? That was fun.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mom. Buy me this fucking duck thing or whatever fucking Minecraft bullshit.
Yeah.
Check in, Jackie.
Also, we had
Kids are hooting and hollering.
yeah. There was the Star Wars Vision 2-pack that was in the black and white that got you the droid as well as the samurai looking guy. I never really watched
I didn't watch any of that
Visions,
shit.
so
They look like cool figures, but it's just
yeah.
I don't like Star Wars mixed with like the samurai shit. I know that's kind of where it came from and stuff.
Yes.
But still, I don't care. I like Star Wars for what Star Wars is.
Yeah.
So I don't need that. But I know people like it though.
Yeah. And then they showed off some other things. There was a 2-pack of a Death Trooper and a Shore Trooper from Rogue One. 2 very good figures, but those have both been released multiple times already.
What do you need 2 in a pack for? Like of different troopers? I mean,
they are both army builders.
Yes.
So it's not so bad. But the Shore Trooper has been released twice in the red box because once he's a lieutenant or something. So there's a red armband and a blue armband.
I
and
think
then
I own all the blue ones.
Then he was
I own
on
like 5 of them.
Yeah. Then he was on the archive card.
Shore Troopers are my favorite troopers. Like,
And then he was
Rogue One. That scene is just fucking dope as shit.
They were also re-released in the Andor packaging.
Huh.
And then, the Death Trooper same thing, was in the red and black box. Then he was on the archive card, and now he's in the new 2-pack.
Well, get ready for more Andor fucking figures because the new show is about to hit.
Oh, that was another one they showed. Was an Andor pilot, like a TIE pilot.
Are they any different from like
That one actually looked kind of good.
Okay.
There was a couple other ones they showed. They showed like the tactical agent from Andor. Then they showed a Director Krennic.
Why don't they put out some fucking ships like a new TIE fighter or something like that that's painted different, or it's got a red armband or blue armband on the TIE
Well,
fighter.
that was basically what they did for the First Order TIE fighter. They put a red stripe on it.
Right.
That was it.
Still, people love TIE fighters.
Yeah.
I don't care what color you paint it. People are gonna buy it. It's a TIE fighter.
Yes. So that's pretty much it for Celebration, and all the figures they announced.
I heard it was a travesty at Celebration.
Oh God, I've been to Celebration, and it is always a clusterfuck. They do such a horrible job. Reed Pop is the one that puts it on, and when I went, the QR codes on your tickets, the show started, and they still didn't work.
So, but how did people get in then?
You were just showing them your thing, but you had to use your QR code to get into panels and all that stuff. It was a fucking disaster.
Yeah,
it was so bad. Like trying to get into panels when you had reservations, they were just letting people line up and go in even if they didn't have reservations at one point.
You could just take a picture of a ticket and then.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I heard I got a friend who was there. He left early. He said it was such a fucking disaster.
So they still let Repop do it?
I think Reed Pop has a contract for 2 more years, and he left early, and people had been waiting in line like for T-shirts and shit like that for like 2 or 3 hours, and they're like, "Sorry, there's no more."
Man, I'd be pissed.
A lot of people were mad. A lot of people were really upset. That's all. I've only seen negative stuff in all of the Facebook groups about it today.
But Celebration is always super packed, though. Like, there's so many Star Wars fans and people who just go just to go.
Yeah, but you figure this time it's in Japan, so you're not going to have as many people, traveling to get there. It is, a lot more expensive and stuff.
Less Americans.
So, yeah, I saw the lines, and it didn't look as packed as when I have been, but it was still pretty busy, and people were like, the line, it was just line after line.
But what's bigger?
Everywhere.
Like, Japanese fanfare is usually pretty big. I don't know for Star Wars or not, but, for their other shit, their fanfare is pretty fucking huge. Unlike ours you know, we have our segregated groups who are bronies and this and that and animes and, you know, whatever else. And yeah, they can get pretty packed, and especially Comic-Con, which includes everything and plus celebrities, that gets fucking chaotic. But they usually, I don't know who runs that. That usually goes over pretty well, though.
Yeah, it's run by a totally different corporation.
But Disney's like, hey, let's just fucking cheap this shit out. And
Well, like I said, they pass it off to ReedPop, and ReedPop does it. And I think they do a fucking really shitty job.
enough about Star Wars. We did it for that. Lastly, let's go with Figma and Max Factory. So they showed off some, what do they call them, like small dinosaurs. They're riding scale. They come with like saddles, so they're like 112, but they're like raptors. And it reminds me of Dino Riders like so much, but there's no guns on them. It's just a saddle on a raptor that's articulated. Which it reminds me of like my chocobo that I got, you know, from Final Fantasy. Like, it's like a chicken monster, space chicken. But it's like a raptor that you can ride, put figures on it. They showed it with like an anime girl riding it. You don't get the anime girl, but it's pretty cool.
Cobra, are there any new Skybangers coming out this week?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's it on the Skybangers, man.
Sorry.
Let's get to recent acquisitions.
I make a discount, girl, you can give it to me. Walmart employee, Target
Whoa.
team member. Give me
Hey,
that
weird.
shit, give me your phone number.
Little bit of work.
Call me later when it's in stock, yo. We got that Casey Raft 2-pack. Gonna sell it to you out the motherfucking bag. Cause you hood gas for life. Gonna be there, gonna take it real nice.
Sounds like it warped down the slow motion, man. Like it was like slower or something. Like something happened.
I don't know. It seemed hella loud to me.
It's all digital, and it's all very loud and also very exciting. Recent acquisitions of what we picked up this week. Cobra, any new Skybangers?
Yeah, a few. I got some legendaries. I got some light cores, and then I got to go through this bucket because I threw some in here that I know I need to put in the collection. And I picked up a chicken coop that Chisel helped me put together.
And then some Skybangers you have to give away on Hoodmania show tomorrow.
I'm giving actually 2 variants away.
2 variants. Wow. Are they like painted differently?
Yeah, one is like gold and black in comparison to its regular colors, and then the other one is like themed, got like a Christmas theme to it.
See, I think like Skybangers is kind of like it's like the Crow with the fire it up, but it's like bang it up. You know, you just every time you score some bangers, like you pull up to the store and your wife's like where you going? You're like smokes and Skybangers.
You're like bang, that ain't bangers. Bangers dead.
Bang, I don't know no bangers. Bangers dead. 2 bangers walk into a hotel. Stop me if you heard this one.
Yeah. Dude, we're gonna have to make you some shirts that say "Sea Bangers."
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
I got
We
to.
can
Hey,
gather Sea
in
Bangers.
case you haven't heard, I've got a T-shirt press.
He didn't hear it. Not from me. I got cut off the feed of Weekly Habit United or whatever it's called, Unlimited. last Wednesday. Go check out the feed. You can see me acting a fool, and then I get fucking.
You get Cobra dadded.
I get shut the fucked up.
Yeah. A lot of revenge in the air.
What'd you pick up, Chisel?
Dude, I got my very first hot toy.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, now you get to be smug like the rest of us and
Dude.
look down. Look, I know you got first hot toy, but what about second hot toy?
No. I keep saying that, but I needed to get a Biker Scout one.
Yeah.
And somebody,
Oh, that would be so sick.
somebody was like, "Hey, I got a Darth Maul one." And I was like, "Fuck." He offered me a huge lot of Legos, like 100 sets. And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, "Dude, I'll throw in a Darth Maul hot toy." And I was
Let's
like,
do it.
"Fuck." I was like, no.
And it's hot, what Darth Maul is it? Episode 1?
Episode 1.
Okay, that's the
Yeah.
one you want.
Yeah, and he goes,
Unless you got robot legs one.
yeah, then I I was holding some Pokemon for him, and he goes, "Hey, instead of me paying you for that Pokemon, how about we just straight trade for the Darth Maul?"
You got rid of the kitty shit. And you got a man toy,
And I was like,
which is a doll.
"Fuck, all right,
Expensive as doll.
yes." So, I mean, it worked out in my favor because I got the Pokemon was wholesale for me.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I paid like $150 basically for this hot toy.
Look, now you've dipped your dick into the well. Now the well is poisoned.
Yeah.
You got to get a couple
Dude,
more Star Wars shit,
I
dude.
didn't want to do it. I swore I wasn't going to get any
Dude,
fucking hot toys.
This is the start of the end.
I
Because
know.
where are you going to put these giant fucking figures?
Dude, I already don't have room for my 3 3/4, let alone these these big ass figures. So now I'm like, fuck, maybe I got to clear the China hutch.
So, I mean, I have a sideshow of Bib Fortuna, but I don't have any Star Wars hot toys, like, because I want a light up saber, that you plug in the USB and it looks cool.
Yeah.
Like, especially like Return of the Jedi Luke or something, that I'd be down for. It all depends, on how much money I want to spend. I remember one of the first Pot of Gold shows, it might have been the second or whatever that I sold at, but that old man who sells his old hot toys, and he keeps them pristine in the box and stuff like that. I forget his name. He's like a big dude, old dude. But that one show, he had all his racks set up. He had Jabba the Hutt, fucking hot toy or sideshow, whatever it was. And he had all this shit, and he sold all of the Star Wars shit. The Jabba, he only wanted he wanted 500, but he wanted it as a set. You got like this other thing with it that would go with it.
Yeah.
And it was totally fucking worth it. He was like, "I'll take 400." I'm like, "Oh, let me think about it. I gotta make some money." He fucking sold it though, too. But he had a lot of cool shit, like hot toys.
See, I don't remember which guy you're talking about.
He's been at multiple other shows. I always say what's up to him, and he forgets because I bought multiple hot toys from him. A lot of the hot toys I have, like the zombie Deadpool, I got from him. He's this old man. I think he's in a wheelchair now.
No, okay. Is it Art? Who's
Might
friends
be
with
Art.
He's always there with Charlie?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
that's Art. All right.
And it's all his personal collection.
Yeah, because Charlie always sells the swords and all that shit. Okay, that's who I thought you were talking about. No, I just seen him at another, he does a bunch of shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
But he used to have like hella Iron Man and like all the
oh
Avengers.
yeah, he had all
and
that kind of shit.
He was starting to get rid of like a lot of that stuff, and I think he got rid of most of his Star Wars
He
stuff.
he's the one that backed into Dave's truck.
He's old, dude. He probably shouldn't be driving.
No, definitely not.
Well, I picked up, I got that Stormtrooper helmet off of Amazon, the Incinerator Trooper, for fucking half price, so that's cool. Maybe I'll flip it. Maybe I'll just keep it. Who knows? But I did go to Target finally after, I haven't been to Target in, over a month. But the Holothon, I knew they had that special display. So I seen all the figures. I had to get the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Pretty Woman, one, Pretty Lady, TCM, Leatherface. I had to get the Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 4, with the most shittiest fucking Michael Myers ever. But you have to because it's that movie, and I'm a fan of Halloween. And then also the NECA Pee-wee. I wasn't going to get it, but the box is cool. And then the head sculpts are garbage, But when you hold the figure in your hand, 2 of the head sculpts are good. The big open mouth one and then the normal Pee-wee are decent. I think people just aren't taking the pictures correctly. And maybe the paint apps, but they're decent. The other head sculpt doesn't look anything like Pee-wee. But the cool thing about that figure, because I have a lot of the old original Pee-wee stuff, Playhouse set. I don't have the Playhouse set, but I have a lot of the figures. So what's awesome is those figures size up to the NECA figure. They're perfect scale with it. Like I have the bullied marionette dude. He's perfect size for the NECA Pee-wee. I have the bike helmet that Pee-wee wears, and it fits perfectly on the NECA Pee-wee. It looks exactly like it's made for it. And then, I have like Globy, Conky, and they're all decently sized to the NECA figure, which is awesome. So, and I'm pretty sure NECA will do like some sort of, accessory pack, or maybe what they did for that one horror fucking set with the little puppets. What was it called? The Full Moon production with Toulon and a knife guy, Puppet Masters.
Okay.
They would do the little figures, but in a 2-box set kind of thing. They could do that with Pee-wee's Playhouse, have Conky and Globy in one thing, and then maybe Cherry would have her own set. I don't know. They got to do something and at least do a couple of the Pee Wee's Playhouse figures, but whatever. Let's get to the listener segment. Answer the call.
HoodCasters are not so wild. Jonathan falling, tales run deep. Cobra Dad with a killer smile. Answering emails, count sheep. And Box Bloody can't keep away. Voice messages off the vibe. Gmail.com, the place to play. Cascade that digital track. Answer the call, break the stone. Let us hard read every line. KJ from Boston
is not going to win Hoodmania at all. Yeah, if you want to be a part of HoodCastAF, just send your comments, your fucking emails, whatever, to hoodcastaf@gmail.com or send your voice message to our Instagram account or Twitter, anywhere else. We're going to play them. Or go to our Patreon, and we'll read the comments. So we did get a comment from the mob boss. The mob boss says this. He goes, Cheeto.
He said Cheeto.
Cheeto, right? Chisel?
Yeah.
Chisel, shut up.
Sorry.
Mob boss says this. He's like, you honos crack me up. These two casts, the last two casts are something. Exactly. They are something. Whatever that something is. Hey, he continues, there's some heat in the kitchen. Careful. There may be some wreckage. I finally understand why I enjoy you guys so much. Bro, like, it took you that long? Come on, man. He goes, all three of you men are hustlers, American businessmen. You share all sides, not just a regular view of a toy or a figure. Big ups to Epion System and my main man Bingo. He's coming for everybody. Appreciate what you're doing and can't wait for Hood Mania. Yours truly, Mob Boss. P.S. I reached out to Todd Mcfarlane. So if you hear from him, it's the real deal. Also, Fallen, are you going to have a Patreon champion like Patreon characters wrestling for a title? It's already too late for that, but that's a good idea. I should have made a Patreon title. And now, look, but if this goes over well, we're going to do more of them, not just on, WrestleMania dates, just, maybe monthly.
Dude, maybe we do a SummerSlam.
Yeah, dude. Like every big event, every couple months we do another fucking Hoodmania style thing. Hood Slam.
Yeah.
There already is a Hood Slam in Oakland, but
you could do the, like the old school where it was like 4 events a year, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam.
Yeah. The big 4 is what they normally call it.
I want to do some ECW type shit.
We can do that too.
Yeah.
Where the ring has the ropes are like barbed wire and shit.
Right. Well, so every special event, the arena will change. Make a new arena and everything. But we got a little call from Bingo. Bongo? I think it's Bongo.
I don't know. Who's that guy?
Bongo the Clown. Bongo, what's up?
Bumble the Clown.
2025. Man, all you motherfuckers better realize that the big floppy fucking clown gloves are coming off tomorrow. And old Bingo's coming to put my big fucking size 13 clown shoes up a whole bunch of asses.
What he doesn't realize is size 13 is not that big.
No.
I mean, I wear size 14 or 15 in boots, because my feet are wide also. But yeah, dude, my boots are basically clown shoes. So size 13 clown shoes ain't that big, man.
Dude, my feet don't fit in clown shoes, all right?
Dude, I really want some real clown shoes. Like, I seen the floppy Halloween store ones, and I don't like that. I want them solid, with the big open, big fucking toe. It's fucking awesome, man. I'd wear those to Target when I go in the toy aisle. What are you doing here? Waiting for children to amuse them. Yeah, with magic tricks.
So there ain't no friends tomorrow, fellas. Old Bingo's coming to fuck you all up. That means you, KJ. That means you, unworthy collector. Even you, Danny, you pretty little bitch. And I'm definitely coming for the perfect weapon old fucking Triple D. And I got 2 fists for that fucking homosexual jizzle. I'm coming for the belt, motherfuckers. Bingo! Good minute. 2025. Be there. Or be lame as fuck. Bingo!
I do know that even if you haven't seen it or you're listening to this late, that Bingo is in a ambulance match with Chisel, and Chisel and Bingo or his manager, Old Toy Art, have some history that needs to be solved at Mania. And what a better way to solve anything with a fucking wrestling match.
Exactly.
Because, you know, once wrestling matches happen, then nobody cares anymore, right? Wrestling doesn't continue, and they don't continue to
That's
wrestle.
it. No, it's over. It's done.
Wrestling season's
Yes.
over, right? Like,
Yeah.
they never do it again, right?
Never.
Like, John Cena versus The Rock didn't happen multiple times, right?
No, just the one time.
No, just the
And
one
that was
time.
it. And it was just
Yeah.
a mediocre match, and nobody remembers it.
Yeah, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, Undertaker versus, Triple H. That only happened once.
Undertaker versus anybody,
I watched them
you know?
all. But, yeah, sure.
He's only had like 17 matches ever.
Oh, dude, I was saying it was way less, dude.
Yeah.
I think his greatest match was him versus Giant Gonzalez, WrestleMania 9. Giant Gonzalez is the shit, man. He should have continued. I don't know what happened to him.
Oh.
That skin
He got a heart
suit,
attack.
skin suit,
Dude,
muscle suit with the
I'm-
hair on
I'm
it. That
pretty
was
sure
fire.
that fucker's dead.
Dude, Giants don't live that long. Do
No.
they? No.
No.
They got to get back to their
Dude, okay.
beanstalk.
I hate doing this, but I gotta actually give Bingo some credit. That was the most fucking, creative shit I've heard from him in a fucking year.
But
No, but
Okay,
it was
okay.
like, fuck, dude. He didn't repeat anything. Shit,
Wow.
it was all new material,
he must have not been
dude.
drunk.
You know what? That's why he's been gone so long. He's been working on that. He's been working on that fucking
that
intro
long? Oh.
for 6 fucking months.
But yeah, no other show
He
would
sounds
have Bingo.
focused, that's for sure.
That's it. Yes.
Hoodcast is like, yo, we'll take Bingo back. Yeah, come on back, bro.
Yeah.
We need a Bingo here. Well, shit, that's it for the show.
Actually, hold
okay,
on. Hold
no,
on.
we got something.
Last week I finally picked up the gifts from Mob Boss for my wives. So they wanted to make sure I told him thank you.
Oh yeah.
He got each of them, something, and they both told me to make sure that I said thank you to him. So Mob Boss, thank you from both of my wives.
My boss is a huge Patreon subscriber and a great member of the listeners of the HoodCast.
Definitely is.
I don't know if we
he's-
call him hood rats or what, but
whatever, he's constantly messaging us and stuff. Great listener, and I've got a bad feeling about this. We've actually used some of his ideas for some shows on there.
absolutely,
so,
dude. And
he's
we take all kinds of input, whether it's
Yeah.
on this show or I've got a bad feeling about this, exploring the dark side of Star Wars fandom, which y'all should check out if you don't. And some of those episodes I post on the HoodCast Patreon, so definitely check them out.
So yes, they did say they wanted to make sure that I said thank you. They were kind of surprised. They're like, oh wow, this is really nice. They said.
Right, it makes you realize what you're doing. You're actually doing something good for people. Like you're providing some sort of entertainment, and maybe it's good or bad, and maybe it's not that up to your par, but it's up to other people's par. So okay, yeah. But with that, episode 251 in the books, closing in on 5 years. So that's a huge thing I talk about a lot. Not missing a week of HoodCast. I know nobody cares about that but me.
Yeah,
But
but when you're doing it, that's a big thing.
it's not gang taping episodes because they're timely with the
Yeah.
news and everything.
Yeah, people don't. Most people wouldn't give a shit. Oh, I miss a week. No, but when you're really putting a lot into it, it's a big thing to be here every single fucking week.
It is, and also thanks to Chisel for showing up in studio. For the past couple of weeks and a bunch of other times too. I know I travel a bunch, he does too, and then Cobra telecommutes, and also thank you to Cobra, man. He's giving it all of his effort.
I like turtles.
Bazinga.
from grace, no care, no style. Hosts ramble on mile after mile, mispronouncing and losing track. The toy knowledge is under attack.
This dumb ski don't listen, hear my plea.
This dumb ski don't listen, hear my plea. Ninjas be lame, we all agree.
Not the girl from Canole. Whoa.
Yeah. In the land of toys, they don't know who's who. This dumb ski don't listen, hear my plea. Ninjas be lame, we all agree.
Really goodbye.
Falling over, got no clue. In the land of toys, they don't know who's who.
Sheila, hand arms, don't say goodbye. Say good journey.
There's an old Eternian saying, live the journey, for every destiny is but a doorway to another. Good journey.
Good journey.